Good morning, children. In today's biology class, we are moving to the next new chapter microorganisms, friend and foe. As the heading tells us, we are going to see in detail about the microorganisms, but we still have a phrase attached to the title, that is microorganisms, friend and foe. Friend and foe. What is the meaning of foe? Foe means enemy. So, we are going to see in this chapter that how are the microorganisms useful to the human beings and how are the microorganisms harmful to them. Okay? So, first, what is a microorganism? A microorganism is nothing but a very small sized organism which cannot be seen by the naked eye. We have to view it only with an instrument called microscope. It is such very small in size. The microorganisms are present everywhere. In deserts, polar region, hot springs, underwater, irrespective of the seasons, irrespective of the time, they are present everywhere. And these microorganisms may be either single-celled or multicellular organisms. Okay, so microorganisms means, as the name tells, it is an organism which is present in the size of very small. Micro means very small in nature and such a way that it cannot be seen by the naked human eye. I need a special instrument called microscope to view these organisms. Now, so microbiology is a branch of science. You must know this when you learn about microorganisms. The study of microorganisms. Microorganisms is also called by the name microbes. Okay. The study of microorganisms and doing some researches and analysis in it gets the name as microbiology. It is a separate branch of science. Okay, like how we have physics, chemistry and biology as a separate branches. In biology you have a different field which specifically deals only with the microorganisms. That study is called as microbiology. And the persons who are involved in studying about the microbes are called by the name microbiologists. Okay, so what is meant by microbiologist? The scientists who study about microbes. In today's class, we will be getting to know about just an introduction to microorganisms. Okay, so you are going to learn about the harmful effects as well as the benefits of the microorganisms to the human beings in the daily life. But before that, we should know what is microorganism, and introduction to microorganisms should be given. Okay, so we know that the microorganisms are very small in size and they cannot be seen directly by the naked eye, and we need an instrument called microscope to view them. These microorganisms are classified into 5 basic groups. Okay, there are a numerous variety of microorganisms present depending upon their characteristics, depending upon their functions. But the basic 5 classification is virus, algae, protozoa, fungi and bacteria. These 5 groups are the basic groups of microorganisms. Now let us get to know what are these 5 groups of microorganisms. Just an introduction to these 5 groups is given. You would be seeing everything in detail in the next class. This is just an introduction class today. So the first group is bacteria. Bacteria is a microorganisms which is living in groups. Okay, which live in colonies means groups. This bacteria cannot live alone. It always needs a company. It always lives in group. And this bacteria is observed in various shapes like spiral, rod and spherical shapes. Based on their shapes, they are called by different names that we would see in detail in the next class. and their mode of nutrition may be either autotrophic or heterotrophic. They can either prepare their own food or they can even depend on the other organisms. As I told you already, this is just the basic characteristic of give for the bacteria. Since I told you there are numerous types of bacteria present, their modes differ. Next is the fungi. As you have already know that fungi is seen only growing in the moist conditions. Whenever the environment surrounding is moist, the fungi starts to grow there, and fungi is a saprotroph. Example is yeast or mushroom. Certain type of fungi also exhibit autotrophic mode of nutrition. The next thing is protozoa. They are mobile in search of food. What is meant by mobile? Mobility means movement. They move in search of food. Protozoas are not going to stay in the same place, whereas fungi will not move. They remain in the same place once formed. These protozoas, they move from one place to another in search of food. Example is amoeba, paramecium. Amoeba is a single-celled microorganism. They are harmful in nature. The next type is viruses. Now we have the coronavirus, normal cold virus, Ebola virus, or are coming under the classification of virus. As I told already, there are various types in them. The viruses are generally non-living in outside. Okay, outside means in air. When they are present in the air, as I told you already, the microorganisms are present everywhere. They can exist in any condition, anywhere. Okay, so the viruses, when present in the air, they are non-living, and when they are present in a host means when they find any organisms for their survival to live, then they seem to be living. So viruses are generally living inside a host for the purpose of reproduction. They reproduce inside a host, and the viruses are really very harmful than your protozoas. Next, algae. Algae are autotrophs because they are all green in color, and you learned this already in your lower grade that they are green in color, they have the pigment chlorophyll in them, and they prepare their own food. So the mode of nutrition for the algae is autotrophs, and they are found in the moist area. So just an introduction to the microorganisms is given today, my dear children. We got to know what is a virus, algae, protozoa, fungi, and bacteria. We are going to see in detail about each microorganism in detail in the upcoming classes. How do they reproduce? How are they produced? How do they exhibit their characteristics in the surroundings when they are present? Are they harmful? Are they benefit to the human beings? How do they move? How do they prepare their food? To all these questions, let us discuss in detail in the next class. Thank you, my dear children.